All right, guys, welcome to the Higher Level Live FFL National Training. I have the honor and pleasure of having Miss Karyn Giles in the studio with us today.
Thank you.
Nope, not that one.
Oh.
I knew it was one of them.
Oh, my gosh.
And they're laughing at me.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm amazing. How are you?
Always. Same. Doesn't get any better.
Yeah.
So, guys, before we get started, please like our page, hit the subscribe button, the notification button, share it, comment on it. Anything else I'm forgetting? You're a social media guru.
Really?
I don't know.
I'm getting better every day.
That's right. So I'm going to read these numbers off, and then we're going to go through some stuff with Karyn, which is always exciting. All right, let's go submit first. Actually, you can read issue paid. I'll read submit.
All right.
All right, so week 4, September, submit. We had at number 20, Chris B, 6,712. Stephen J, 6765. Kaya A, 7228. Jamar S, 7703. Garrett R, $8,000. Allison L, 8368. Bradley M, 8503. Karyn G, $8,926. Ruben R, $9,420. Yola A, $96.68. Scotty S, $10,419. Will C, $10,672. Rachel C, $12,041. Mike C, $12,553. Josh C, $16,629. Ron M, $16,988. Josh F, $23,456. Ryan U, $62,091. Wow. Kristen S, $64,034. And Thomas S with $100,000 submit business for the week. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. So let's go 50,000 and above. For team submit, Pursuit of Happiness, 50,961. Dream Team, 65,313. Honor and Valor, 114,663. Sorry. FFL Fury, 124,958. FFL Peak Finance, $132,240. FFL Entourage, $219,059. FFL Allegiance, $300,579,000 submitted for the week. And then total, we were at $647,600 submit for the week. Week 4, September. Done with that.
Awesome. Let's talk about issue paid. Here's where it really counts, right?
That's right.
So let's do personal. We're going to do $20,000 on up. We got Bradley. Awesome. Great job. $20,972. Rich Dallas, $21,817. We got Nick, $21,935. Rachel Canning, $23,782. Will Crandell, $23,965. Scotty Simmons, $24,558. Ron McCormick, the GOAT, $27,196. Thaddeus Scruggs, $27,658. Allison Liston, great job, $35,680. And there's only one, number one, Kristen Salice, $40,749. Look at that separation.
That's
awesome, right? So now let's talk about team. September week 3 issue paid. Protect and Serve, $53,552. Will C, $58,002. FFL Trust, $66,959. They're moving on up. Team Blitz, $67,365. We the People, $86,494. Peak Finance, $1,017,610. Honor and Valor, great job, $134,017. Team Unity crushing it, 138,096. Dream Team, great job, 139,381. Pursuit of Happiness crushing it, 161,356. FFL Fury, way to go, 249,193. FFL Entourage, always crushing it. Look at the separation, 416,308. Allegiance, crushing it, $542,983. And there's only one number one. Nathaniel, $1,121,023.
What week is that?
Week 3.
Week 3. All right. So, that was good.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Karyn, how long you been here?
I've been here since the end of February. So basically March of 2019 when the pandemic started.
2020. 19.
19? No, wait, no.
19.
19.
Yeah.
I always get that mixed up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Pandemic
2019.
started 20. Okay.
Pandemic.
What you used to do before you came here?
So I was with a previous insurance company, which I wasn't making a lot of money. And after 6 years, I went back to bartending.
You weren't making any money. I
was making money, but it wasn't like.
How much money did you make? How long were you with that previous company?
6 years.
How much money did you make in 6 years?
I can tell you the most I made in 1 year was a little over 30,000.
So in 6 years, you didn't make $100,000 in 6 years.
No, I didn't even make 50.
In 6 years.
People thought I did. But
people thought you did. Explain that, because this is what a lot of these companies do.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, you're taught you're not supposed to look like what you're going through, and they sell so much of the struggle that it almost becomes the norm. Like that's what you look for, and it's okay because you're one recruit away from an explosion.
It's okay to be broke.
It's okay to be broke because this is your journey. This is your story, and without there's no test without a testimony.
There's no test.
Or there's no testimony without a test.
Got
it.
it.
You get what I'm saying.
I definitely get what you're saying. But
yeah. I don't even like to talk about it no more. It's so weird.
Well, I do, because I think people don't, for me, this is a platform for us to help people.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many good people out there with some of these bad companies. And the sad part is they don't know any different because they literally are brainwashed.
They regurgitate
the
information.
And it's like, I remember even the first time I talked to Kali, she was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, she didn't believe that we were making money.
Yeah.
The kind of money we were making.
Yeah.
She's like, there's no way. I'm like, okay. She's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm good. I was like, if you're so good, then why are you even talking to me? With all due respect, sweetheart. I called her sweetheart. She was so mad. I was like, okay, sweetheart, then why are you on the phone with me?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But she was, and I'm not mad, but it's a pride thing. You're going like, first of all, I felt the same way when my eyes were opened.
Yeah.
Now, fortunately, I knew Sean from the previous company I was at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd met him probably 7 months into it. So it didn't take me very long to have my eyes opened because he always told me the truth.
Yeah.
So I was at that company for like 3 years, but 2.5, I knew the truth, right?
Yeah.
So what did you do on top? Well, you didn't, I mean, if you didn't make $100,000 in 6 years, did you have another job?
No, I didn't have another job, but I always did little things here and there.
Like
like bartending.
Okay.
I did that for over 10 years before I even jumped into the insurance business. So it helped me through college. And I've always gotten booked for, parties, and people wanted me to help, I don't know, like it's weird. It came at the right time. So people would call me and I'm like, I don't bartend anymore, but I will. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I need help. You know what I mean?
I need cash.
I need gas money to get to my next appointment.
Just don't tell the company I work with.
Yeah.
I'm working a side
It's
gig.
funny because towards the end when I left, when I know Kali had came over here.
Right.
So before she came over, we were both together in the office, like trying to figure out what we were going to do. And she was already doing DoorDash before me.
Right.
But I didn't even know about DoorDash. And so she was like, girl, you got to get on DoorDash because that you can get you some gas money to get to your appointments. And I'm like, oh, snap. So we're talking to each other, telling each other how much we hate the fact that we have the DoorDash.
Right.
Right. But it was like our only option.
Okay. So now you're here. You let's see what you got the issue paid numbers. So week 3, so you've deposited close to 20 grand already 3 weeks into the month of September?
Yes.
Or, well, September's almost over, but these numbers are a month behind. So you're over 20 grand deposits.
Yes.
How often does that happen?
The 20 grand?
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
So what is the biggest difference in what we do here and what everybody else does? Or what's your last company? You don't work for everybody, but the last company.
I think it's everything. I think everything is just more up to date. It makes sense. As far as compensation, high comp, the fact that we're not bothering our family members and friends every week. I mean, I can tell you how many times that they've asked me to increase my mom's policy, my policy. I'm like, I can't. I'm not making any money. I can't increase my policy anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I mean, we have leads here. It's, I don't know. It's everything. It's everything is so much better. It's
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I got you. I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
So you started in 2019, March, and you came out the gate on fire.
Yeah.
What do you think set you up for that? Like, because there's a lot of people that come in. A lot of people come in. Few start on fire.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Now, where I started at in this industry, I understand why you wouldn't start on fire. Where you were at, I understand why you wouldn't start on fire. But here, with the amount of leads we have, the training, the comp, the office space with work spots, what do you think prevents people from starting out on fire?
False expectations.
What do you mean by that?
And work ethic. So a lot of times what I notice is when people come here, especially from a previous company, they have a false expectation. They think that it's going to be easy. They think that, and it's like, you didn't come from easy. So it's, you know what I mean?
Right.
Even though it's better, you still have to put in the same amount of work. So I knew when I came in, my work ethic didn't change.
Right.
It's the vehicle did.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
And then what I noticed too is that when people don't make money, it's because they don't work. So there's a flaw in your schedule. You know what I mean? Because when you're consistent with this business, you consistently make money. But
Right.
when you don't consistently work, and then people have to get, you have to identify what is work. It's booking appointments and setting on appointments. It's not anything else in between. So sometimes people can fool themselves and think, oh, because I'm helping out in the office, or I brought food, or I'm having a conversation with Frank and it took 1 or 2 hours, and you don't know people's schedule, right?
Right.
But we're all adults.
No doubt.
So you have to really control your schedule, especially when people are calling you throughout the day. You got to protect your live dials, your dialing day, and you got to protect your appointment day. And I think that's what I've been really good at.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Just staying consistent with booking 10 to 12 appointments. Because then when you do your first 100 appointments, if you've never run appointments before, then you kind of know what your ratios are, and you know what type of producer you are. And then you have no choice but to get better, but you know what you produce on a day and average basis. So you work those numbers accordingly.
I gotcha. So it's pretty easy to predict.
Yes.
So there's none of this fluctuation up and down like a lot of people deal with.
Usually people who fluctuate up and down, their emotions up and down.
Yep.
They let their personal life seep into their business life, and it's a ball of
disaster.
Yeah.
I do want to clarify something. Nobody ever sits in my office for 2 hours.
No, they don't. No, they really don't.
Yeah, no, that don't happen.
But I'm just saying.
No, I'm messing with you. But it's like, yeah, you're right. They're making business cards, or they're talking on the phone about something, or, watching some product training, thinking they're working. Like, no, work is dialing and running. That's work. Everything else is just BS, piddle.
Yeah.
Right? Stop piddling is what we say. So so I think now, and I watched you work. Yes, work. And to me, this is the no-brainer stuff, right? I always tell people the 3 things that you have to be great at to make money here is controlling your schedule, getting leads every week, and being good on the phone. If you master those 3 things, this is a wrap, right? You're always very positive. Can you talk, like, you smile, but like, that's, to me, is more of a factor than maybe you even realize. Like, every time I see you, you've got the biggest smile ever. Okay. You're always laughing. You're always in a good, like, and I'm sure you've got a child. Stuff happens.
All the time.
You got family. Everybody's family's got some sort of crazy in there, right?
Yeah.
So things go on in your life, right? You're like, over the last 2.5 years that I've known you, has nothing had ever gone bad in your life at all? Like nothing?
Oh my God. It's the average person would say something's always happening to me.
Okay.
But what I know is, you are what you attract, you are who you hang around, and you are what you speak. And whatever you're thinking and what you speak is what's in your pockets. So I know for me, over the years that I've been in business, even not in business, even before, I've been through a lot. You know what I mean? But again, you're not supposed to look like what you go through, because people,
maybe that's a good thing.
right? But people aren't attracted to somebody who's always negative. You don't close business that way. You know what I mean? So
Right.
It's already hard enough, not really that hard, but it's already hard enough that you get on a live dial and you call 100 leads, and you may get results, you may not. You know what I mean? It's already hard enough for people to deal with rejection.
Right.
So to add on to that, it doesn't make your situation any better. You're not going to book any more appointments than you would. You need to be positive, because what you think about, what you speak about is what you bring about. I'm a big believer on that.
Sure, I'm with you.
Like what you speak into the universe doesn't care about time. We do. And that's where our stress levels come from.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when you continue to manifest something, it eventually comes true when you do all the right things. But what are the right things?
Well, so let me ask you this question, because I tell me something, and you know what? I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to ask you this question. Actually, let's just do business, because that's easy.
Okay.
Because it's sales, right? And consistent. If you, again, buy leads, you set appointments, and you run your appointments, your pay will be consistent. But even in business, sometimes things happen.
Yes.
Can you go through a time here that you might have struggled with something, and then how you overcame it? Because again, this is the stuff we don't talk about enough. And I think because we do put up such inordinate numbers, people do think that it is easy, because people like Kristen and Mike and Josh and yourself and Dre and Thad and Ryan, all these people make it look easy.
Yeah.
Because of the numbers they're putting up, But so then they set, like you said, false expectations. Tell me a time where you went through something and how you got out of it. Was it through work? Was it through mindset? Because I've watched Sean do that for 9 years, 8 years, 12 years, speak stuff into existence.
Yeah.
And if you think it's false, you're nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. So most people don't know that I struggle with an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
So I could be good one week,
Right.
and then another week, my knee will mess up, my foot will give out. I mean, I'm limping to my appointments. And so this one particular week, which was recently, I had just got a steroid shot in my knee so that I could walk. And then I thought I was good, and then boom, because I know you've seen me limp a few times.
Yeah.
And you're probably like, why is it? I never
Well,
talked
I didn't know
about
if
it.
you were doing like a special, because you always dance too in the office. I didn't know if you was working on a new move.
No, so my foot ended up getting swollen, and then my hip, it still hurts, and they're still running tests and whatnot. But so that's when the virtual platform came out.
Right.
And even though I've closed virtual sales before, I've never made it like a thing where, okay, this day I'm gonna do all virtual sales, right? On top of that, I just moved, and my son is now no longer in daycare. So it's not like I can pick him up or drop him off when I want to, or just keep him home.
Right.
He now has to go to school and be picked up by 2:20 in the afternoon. That's in the middle of my day.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
So it worked out. So what I did was, a lot of times people will say, they'll give up, they'll quit, or, anything but what they're supposed to be doing.
Right.
For me, I go into okay, like this is what needs to be done, right? So I watched all the virtual videos, Linda Lampass. So I'm watching everybody. I talked to Josh Forrest. I mean, I'm literally like, just trying to get everything together and put it to one. When Kristen and Thad, they do their podcast, and when they close, I'm like, every day you can get better, right? So then I took that, put it all into one, and kind of made it my own, and then made like, okay, maybe 1 or 2 days out the week I'm doing virtual, just to give my body a break.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it worked out, because it works when you work.
It works if you work it.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So let's talk. So you're a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
How old's your son?
He'll be 6 October 1st.
He's a trip.
Yeah.
He's funny. So you took away. I mean, like, why I love this is like, what excuse can somebody give me? Like, you're a single mom. You have some health issues. I mean, not health. I guess pain issues, really, because it's pain, right? That you deal with.
Yeah.
Which is also mental.
Yeah.
You moved.
Mm-hmm.
You used to have daycare. Now you don't have daycare.
Mm-mm.
And you're still putting up over $20,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So what excuse can anybody give me?
And it's also sacrifice. So, like, you know,
go ahead.
I also have a, high voltage. Got the agency
right.
now. So it's not just me. I have to attend to people, but not just even on my time. It's also for people who are on a different time zone.
Right.
So most people aren't willing to give up time with their kid to make small sacrifices for the big picture. So I know it's not for long, but I mean, while I'm putting my son, we now have a strict schedule. So he's in bed by 8:30, but while I'm giving him a bath before he gets prepped for bed, I'm on the phone helping somebody close an appointment. I'm on the phone giving people information about, the business. I'm posting on social media. I'm looking at my messages. I'm having fun with him, but I'm also working at the same time, and then letting him know what the bigger picture is, why mommy is doing what she's doing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because with the way the world is going,
right,
it's not only is it forcing people into entrepreneurship, but it's multiple wars going on. Health war, money war. Right. You know what I mean? But you got to find out where you fit on that spectrum. Are you on with everybody else? It's lonely at the top. It's lonely on the way there.
It is. And
most people aren't willing to go through that journey.
They're not. But you're also teaching your son, like, work.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do that. You can give your son a bath while you're talking. Like,
yeah.
They got these amazing things you stick in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
What are they called? Like earbuds? Yeah, AirPods, right? That you can do anything.
Yeah.
Hands free.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, and I, I'm not a mom, I'm a dad. So, like, growing up, I watched my dad go to work, and my mom was home, right? So it's almost more normal for a guy to go to work and not be around. But for moms, like, your joy, I'd imagine, is your child, right?
Yeah.
So that every time you leave him is probably not easy. I mean, especially while they're young.
I mean, I'm used to it now.
Yeah, you're used to it now. But you've been doing this for coming up on 2.5 years.
Yeah.
So 3.5, 4, you know what I mean? So he's just a baby then.
But the great thing about it, he's not going to remember.
No, he won't remember it.
And he's having fun with grandma, nana,
right?
Cousins. Bye. But that's the great thing about making money, because the people closest to you won't have a problem watching them.
Right.
Because they get paid too.
That's right.
Yeah.
So can you talk a little bit about that? Because I know that your family watched you leave the other company and come here, and they weren't real fired up about it, were they?
My mother always supported me, but she knows that, like, I'm a very loyal person.
Right.
And so for me to leave something I've invested 6 years, she knows I'm leaving to something that's going to pay.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I've never had like I said, never had an issue making money.
Right.
I may not have made a lot of money in the last company. Doesn't mean I didn't do other things.
Right.
To make up for that. But one thing she never doubted was my work ethic. And so, I put myself through. I don't know. I've always been like this. She's never had to tell me to do my homework. She's never had. She's never had to worry about me.
Right.
Any situation, even in bad situations, I've gotten myself out of. So I think that, and I always make sure I have a conversation with her. Like, this is what, this is where I'm transitioning into.
Sure.
And I didn't even have the money. I didn't even have money for coffee.
Unbelievable.
You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they were able to help me front the money alongside of Kali,
right.
I paid them back first week.
Yeah, no doubt.
First week was $5,000. First month was $5,000. Second month was $8,000, and 13th month was $6,000. I quit the last company.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, y'all are out. Y'all are done.
Yeah. I can see how that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then what you do for your dad?
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
He just won his championship.
Did he really?
Yeah. He's number one. And then he's going to Miami to do a 5-day tournament.
Good for him.
Yeah. So So my dad, for years, he's been playing with the same golf clubs for over 10 years, and he's always. First of all, we haven't always had the best relationship, but I made that work, right?
Sure.
You always gotta be the bigger person, and I love him to death. You know what I mean? So sometimes we don't understand where people come from. But
That's
anyway,
right.
back to the story. I wanted to do something really great for my dad because he's the one who fronted half of the money for me for my E&O insurance,
Okay.
and on bad terms.
Right.
Right. So he had always talked about, golf. That's his favorite thing to do. Right. I think it might be more favorable than me. But so, one day I just was like, okay, his birthday is past. He thinks nobody got him anything. And I said it was actually for me and all the other kids because my son and my brother they weren't able to do it financially at the moment.
Right.
So I dropped, I think it was like two $500 gift cards to Golf Galaxy. And he was able to purchase his ping golf sets, the ones that he wanted.
Right.
He had enough money to also get some extra things, some outfits, and then also send his golf clubs to California to have them actually personally fitted.
Yeah.
And then he's been crushing it ever since.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a year and a half now since I bought them.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's been winning money and, but then that's good because whenever I need something, whenever I got my son needs to be watched or just anything.
Sure.
He's like, you have changed my life. He cried because he's the lifestyle. My dad grew up in the hood.
Right.
He's never had a birthday. Like he's never had anybody think about him that much and listen to him.
Sure.
To know what he wants.
No doubt.
And this, this is all we talk about every day. We talk every morning while he's on his way to work.
What's your dad do?
He is a advanced computer engineer.
Okay.
So he builds computers, breaks them down. He does everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're hiring, right?
Yes.
All right. And it's FFL High Voltage.
FFL High Voltage.
That name's fitting.
Yes. Because I needed something to fit my energy.
You are a bundle of energy.
That's right.
That's it. So let me see. We got a little bit more time. Okay. I want you to talk really quick about the social media stuff and how important it is. So, like, I would imagine out of all the people at FFL, inside of FFL National, you would be the person that everybody knows because of how active you are on social media with and the liking and the commenting and the sharing. Can you talk a little bit about that and where does that come? Like, did you just always do that? Did someone teach you to do that?
Yeah, I've always done that because I saw the success that I had in it within the last company. Even though I had a lot of people that they weren't making money, but I had a lot of people, and I'm like, okay, this could be really big here because I can get a lot of people here, but people who actually make money.
That's right.
And they do the same thing. I think that it's extremely attractive. I think that people want this. This is what people are looking for. They're being beat up on their job, at home, their paycheck, their boss, their spouse. I mean, they don't have anywhere to go, especially during a pandemic,
right?
To feel like I have a way out. And so not only do I keep my social media clean, which is extremely important. You'll never hear me talk about my religion, what I believe in.
That's right.
What I'm feeling negatively throughout the day, what I feel like about somebody else or a baby daddy. I mean, you're not going to get anything.
No doubt.
It's only success, family, and money.
Right.
Because people want to make more money. People want to spend more time with their family.
Yep.
That's the most important thing to people today. And I always want to stay consistent with that too because people are watching. And so if I kind of, slag, let go, or drift the other direction, people are not going to come over here.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, and then people like to feel good. People do more when they feel good.
That's right.
And, what does that mean? Like, okay, somebody somewhere is not getting congratulated for what they're doing and they're busting their butt. And I don't ever know what anybody is going through.
That's right.
Somebody could, be going through the worst of the worst. But because I said, hey, beautiful, or if I said, oh my God, great job, or I throw a GIF up under their post, it makes the biggest difference.
Right.
Because then they can believe again.
That's right.
And I know my assignment and why I came here to do what I do. It's just not for my path, but it's for other people. And you never know how it comes to you in return.
Very true.
Because not everybody's the same.
I love it. I mean, you're always like one of the first to likes, comment on everything. You share a lot of stuff, and I think again The more people we have doing that, the more people we reach in general.
Absolutely.
The more people have belief. And that's what it's about, building their belief in what we do. All right, so you're hiring. If somebody wants to come work with you, how do they get a hold of you?
So you can contact me at 202-630-9687. Facebook, KGVP, TikTok, FFL_high voltage, IG, FFL high voltage.
Very nice.
And you see this face right there.
It's always a smile on that face. So, Karyn, thank you so much for joining us today. I greatly appreciate it. I'm proud of you. Enjoy working with you all the time. You always put a smile on my face. It's refreshing. So, guys, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, reach out to Karyn. She's killing it. She will absolutely help you. Family First Life, spot to be. Until next time, make it a big week. Bye.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.
Hoorah.